What is the deal, YouTube? It's Tijon, aka Top Cyberdog, and I'm back with another video for the channel. And I know it's been a while. As you can tell, I'm looking rough, no haircut. As my boy Jacob Fatu would say,
I'm all gas, no brakes tonight.
But we're here. And not to delay it any further, as you guys know, I am currently enrolled in ECA, Ellington Cyber Academy, and I am approaching my second capstone for the program. And the brief overview for the second capstone is going over knowledge objects within Splunk, Splunk Enterprise to be exact. So I definitely already have a dashboard built up. Gonna go over my use cases, why I picked those use cases, maybe get some feedback from you all, and just dive more into knowledge objects and how we can enrich our data set and make it more valuable to a security analyst or anybody that matter on a security team. So without further ado, let's hop right into Splunk and get right into it. All right, let's go. All right, so we are logged into our Splunk Enterprise account, and let's not delay it any further. Like I've already said before, let's go ahead and go over to our dashboard. And like I said previously in the video, a part of ECA, we are tasked with different capstones, and the second capstone that I've been in the process of working on, building up, testing out different use cases is regarding knowledge objects within Splunk. And pretty much what that is reusable components that add structure, meaning, and usability to raw machine data. Knowledge objects are created to make data easier to search, analyze, and visualize, especially for people who aren't experts in writing different SPL queries, and that stands for search processing language. That is the lingo and language that works within Splunk specifically. Elastic uses KQL, so different platforms use different type of languages, and SPL is Splunk's. So like I said, knowledge objects are very useful. They can definitely enhance an organization and make a security analyst's life much easier. And knowledge objects cover different things. For one, a dashboard can be a knowledge object. An alert can be a knowledge object. Saved searches, reports, tags, lookups, field extractions, workflow actions, all the above are different knowledge objects that will enhance an organization's data to tell a story about their organization and their security posture. All right, so let's go ahead and navigate to my dashboard that I have built up, and hopefully my resources are there where it doesn't crash on me. Let's wait for the data to load up, see if we get any kind of issues. Okay, so good so far. Perfect. All right, so this is my capstone 2 dashboard regarding knowledge objects. Within my dashboard, compared to my first capstone, I definitely cut down the amount of use cases that I'm going to be demoing for the pitch at the end of the month. So I definitely want to go through all of the use cases that I have. It's not too many, so hopefully we can knock it out fairly quickly. Just like I said in my first video regarding my first capstone, everything that you see in a dashboard is all SPL query search. So essentially, back over here at the search portion, let's go to search. What I did to build out my dashboard was type out different SPL queries right here at the search head, run those specific searches. Let's just say, let me just find something. Let's see. So all these are saved previous searches. Let's go ahead, run that search. So this is just some data right here displayed in a stat table. Excuse me. We can add this same table that I already queried up to our dashboard. And that's just by going to save as, existing dashboard, or creating a new one. All right, so just keep that in mind. Everything that you see in my dashboard is not a simple search, but a search that gets a specific set of data analyzed, and then of course it comes out with the result. And then it's just displayed specifically, whether that be a bar chart, line chart, pie chart, table, raw events, what have you. So just to get that out the way, we know what everything is here. It's all SPL search that was then exported out to a dashboard. All right, so at the very top of my demo, I go over cybersecurity related topics in a way that knowledge objects can help an organization in that manner. At the very bottom, I go into more business as far as, sales, that type of thing, because an organization can be very technical in trying to protect security assets, but also we want to integrate, sales and marketing and different ways that we can increase revenue for the organization. All right, so at the very top, this data set is pulling from a cybersecurity mock data set that I ingested into my Splunk instance, and it has various different pieces of information, source addresses, destination IPs, attack types, user information, network segmentation, the whole 9 yards. And what I did was dwindle this down to give out a scenario for the knowledge object of identifying and reporting. All right, so what I ended up doing was tabling out source address, attack type, and the number of events we see from said IP addresses and their attack type. And then I have it color coordinated to the amount that we see here. So it's blue because it's very low, but it would increase as we seen more events flag. So essentially, excuse me, if we go into edit mode, we can see right here, I already set this for a report. So again, like I said earlier, a knowledge object can be a report. So say for instance, management or the CEO wants a specific breakdown, wants specific fields listed out for a daily report. We can get that scheduled up, emailed out with actions daily at a specific time. So we're good on reporting. So that's definitely something that, is very important to an organization. We got to report. And if anything is out of whack, we got to get it in whack. All right, so let me cancel out of that and go on to our next use case. All right, so for the second use case, I wanted to do something that I haven't had too much experience doing, and that's working with workflow actions. The goal of this is definitely for analysts such as myself to look up different fields with third-party tools to be able to investigate, automate, and dig into the details to make educated decisions quicker than doing it the manual route. And with workflow actions, we can integrate platforms like VirusTotal and run IP checks to see what their reputation is online, to see if we can get any kind of IOC or indicator of compromise on said IP. All right, so what I currently have displayed here is what an analyst would see in the SPL search head section. Write out a query or search a saved query for your organization to see what's going on with security and network events. What I ended up doing for this example, I created a workflow action where we can look up the destination IP in our security logs and run that with VirusTotal at the click of a button. Definitely speeding up the process, making it easy for analysts to do a couple clicks to get info regarding certain IOCs. So if you see right here, off of the first event, we got event actions. We drop it down. we can see virus total, lookup destination IP. And I named all of that, so if you want to change it to something else, that's definitely possible, just to make sure everything is clean and easy to access. So we'll click that, and as you can see, virus total is loading, and that specific IP that was in the event queried up within virus total, and we can see it has not been flagged. It's coming out of the United States, and it was last analyzed 8 months ago. So as you can see, at the click of a button, we already got some info regarding IP address within our logs. All right, just in case that was too fast. Okay, we already went through the first one. Let's go down to the second one. Again, we can see the destination IP right here. And based off of the way I configured the action, it's going to pull the IP address from this field. So we'll run that again, and boom, like clockwork, we got another check. This is still coming from the United States, and it was last analyzed about 5 hours ago, and it has not been flagged. All right, so that was a quick one, but a very powerful and impactful use case to demonstrate the power of knowledge objects. We can definitely speed things up quickly and make sense of a lot of messy data. Hopefully not too messy, but it can get tricky with data, especially large data sets. All right, on to the third use case. For this one, I wanted to demonstrate field aliases within Splunk. The goal is to unify field names across data sources by adding aliases to different fields. And for this example, as you can see, it looks similar to the last use case of workflow actions, but that's just to demonstrate the whole use case. So we can see this is a event that has been logged. Now, let's see, what do we want to do? Don't want to drop it down. If we open in search, we can see just off of the SPL query, it looks very short. And it is, for good reason. So we definitely want to save time when writing out different queries. Like I said, data can get very messy, and when you're calling out to different fields, different indexes, it can get tricky. So if we can dwindle down the noise and make it more palatable and easy for analysts to weave in and out of different data sets, the better. So if you see right here, typically you would type out source IP address to either do a wildcard or do some kind of specific search for an IP in our logs and environment. But we ended up doing here was creating a field alias where the source IP address is now referred to as SRC, giving it a simple nickname that shortens out the amount of strokes an analyst or manager would have to type out or query out to get data. Definitely making it easier and saving time where analysts can be doing other things for the investigation or elsewhere. All right. And if we decided we wanted to apply an alias to any other field, very easy to do. I just picked that out because, IP addresses are always fun to tie down to threats, in my opinion. All right, let's see. All right, now we're gonna head down to the bottom portion of the demo, and essentially I wanted to go more over marketing and sales, just to give other members of the C-suite an understanding of how the Splunk Enterprise platform can aid their overall business goals. So for this one, definitely queried out from the Buttercup data set from Splunk a daily purchase count. The goal is to accurately give out daily purchase counts for items sold by our fictitious company, Silversmith. And just like we did up top, if we go to edit, we can see right here, if we wanted to change the visualization, create a report on this, which again would be another knowledge object, we can do so. Can definitely get this chart on some kind of PDF and report it out to management. Okay, so let's go ahead and cancel that. All right. Second to last use case, like I said before, another way we can visually display our data. At a glance, we can pull together large pieces of data to display such kind of monitoring visualization. And right here, this one is pertaining to spiked counts in our inventory. So on certain days throughout the year, we've seen large peaks of purchases on that day. So at a glance, management and our staff can see, hey, on this date, wasn't looking too good. We rebounded shortly after. And again, this can be saved as a report, given out to CISO, C-suite members, what have you. All right, and then last, came up with something really simple. For this use case, we wanted to create something regarding errors seen when users are attempting to make purchases with certain items in our inventory. So we have the top error producing products. Goal of this is to enrich Silversmith's data by applying tags to fields. So if some of you don't know, actually everybody has probably seen a 404 error. You have to. Drop a comment if you've never seen a 404 error in your life. I'll give you my whole paycheck. But we all know 404 is an error. We see right here we have some products that have met large 404 errors. So we might need to do stuff on the back end with our webmasters to see why these links and these purchases are not going through on the back end. All right, so I have it tabled out, also color coded. But if we actually click on the item, we can see, of course, the SPL query, but we can see everything has been color coded as far as the tagging. And if we see right here, of course, let me tell you what the tag is, because I set the name for said tag. So I associated the status 404 with the tag error right here. So if we change our query and we just get down to the meat and potatoes. All right, so we can see the index buttercup underscore data and then just tag error. Boom. So we can see all our 404 errors have been tagged. So for analysts, right out the gate, Monday morning, 8 a.m., what flagged off as an error? They can navigate to this index, ask for, or not ask, but ask. That's what we're doing at the the search head. Ask for everything related to 404 by just inputting the word error, because that's what it's linked to, and we should get back what we're looking for. Even though it's not in the demo, I also went ahead and did success. So let's see what that looks like. Boom. So I went ahead and tagged the status of 200, which is success. As far as, excuse me, I'm just burping all over the place. That is success in terms of networking. So yeah, perfect example. And we color coded it with green. So again, just a quick way where our analysts can move about our data sets and make their life a whole lot easier. All right. So just going back here. This is what I'm going to be pitching at the end of the month. I'll probably have this video uploaded before that. So if anybody has some feedback regarding my knowledge object demo, have some tips, or you're building out your own demo, definitely leave a comment. I appreciate everybody's support so far. We're approaching 800 subscribers still, and I'm very thankful. Definitely going to try to be more consistent. So don't forget about me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy Top Cyber Dog. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Ya Ramé.